And my hope is that since the women can come together, Scrap and Chaotic can do the same too.
You know what your problem is? I ain't got no problem, man.
Now you stepping out of your lane once again, so I might have to smack that ass. You know, you're done. Don't call me. I'm like T.I. when he said, hey T.I., I don't wanna kick it with you, I don't wanna skate with you, I don't wanna do nothing. Cause now it's on. I got a record I'm about to drop today that I already pre-recorded because I knew you was gonna come up, fumble up on some bullshit. And when this record drop,
You going like trying to troll, acting like, you know what I'm saying? You so G'd up, like that was a G'd up move, bro. You playing on TV. What you doing is, right, you allowing this whole TV thing. And the reason I don't respond back gangsta y'all is because I'm not trying to allow this TV stuff to really turn into something. You know what I'm saying? You do it.
Scrappy had always been hot-headed, quick to anger, and nearly impossible to reason with when his temper flared. But today felt different. His pacing was relentless, his mind running wild as the words he'd just heard echoed endlessly in his head, like a broken record refusing to stop. Disbelief tangled with rage as he processed the secret that had slipped under his radar for months. Chaos and Bambi had been hiding something. Scrappy had sensed a shift, an unspoken tension that hinted something was amiss, but he could never have imagined this. The signs had been subtle, lingering glances, hushed whispers just out of earshot. But now, with the truth burning in his chest, it all came crashing together, an agonizing puzzle finally complete. His breath hitched, heart pounding as if trying to break free from his ribs. His eyes locked on Chaos, who stood just far enough to be untouchable yet too close to ignore. The betrayal was a jagged knife slicing through him. Chaos wasn't just an ally, he was family. They had fought side by side, celebrated victories, endured losses. Their bond was forged through trust and loyalty, an unbreakable brotherhood, or so Scrappy had believed. And Bambi, the girl he had grown up with, protected like a sister, was now tied to this twisted secret. Scrappy had spent his life shielding her from the chaos that followed them, only to find her complicit in the most painful betrayal he could imagine. The weight of it was suffocating, his hands clenching into fists so tightly that his knuckles turned white. The fury inside him was uncontrollable, a wildfire consuming everything in its path. He wanted to yell, to make them feel every ounce of the torment they'd inflicted. But all he could manage was a low, venomous whisper. "Why didn't you tell me?" The question cut through the tense silence, his voice trembling with the effort to hold himself together. Chaos, calm and unshaken, met his gaze with icy indifference. "You never asked," he replied, his words sharp and unrepentant. That was the final blow. Scrappy's vision blurred as the rage inside him reached its peak. His fist flew forward, slamming into Chaos's jaw with a sickening crack. The room seemed to freeze in the aftermath, the sound reverberating through the air like an unspoken judgment. Chaos didn't react, his expression remained impassive, as though the punch hadn't even registered. Before Scrappy could lash out again, a voice broke through the storm. "Scrappy, please." It was Bambi, her tone trembling with desperation. She stood frozen in the doorway, her face a mixture of guilt and heartbreak. But her pleas couldn't reach him, his anger was all-consuming, drowning out everything else. "You both knew," he hissed, his voice breaking under the weight of his pain. "And you kept it from me." Chaos didn't respond, his silence louder than any words. Bambi's eyes welled with unshed tears, her sorrow evident, but she said nothing. Scrappy's chest heaved as he waited for an explanation, for anything to make sense of their betrayal. But the silence stretched on, each moment driving the knife deeper into his heart. And then, all at once, it hit him, the trust he'd placed in them was gone, shattered beyond repair. Chaos wasn't the man he'd thought he was, and Bambi was no longer the girl he'd vowed to protect. The weight of their betrayal was a suffocating presence, leaving Scrappy hollow and broken. As he stood there, the realization sank in: nothing would ever be the same. The people he had trusted most had become strangers, capable of hurting him in ways he hadn't thought possible. The silence that followed was unbearable, a deafening reminder of what he had lost.
Expecting me talking gangster. I never talked gangster. I never threatened you. I don't play no victim. I just don't do all that fake gangster talking and all that there. You came at me talking gangster. First of all, if I say anything slick or say anything crazy out my mouth, I got the right to anyway.
I probably went too hard or something, took something the wrong way or something like that, you know? So I want to say, I'm sorry to Khaotic.
We're getting somewhere.
Cause I can give a Cause let me tell you something. When a motherfucker over me and he feel like I'm not a good person, I feel the same way Khaotic feels. So we on the same page.
No, but he does not feel that way.
He just said it. He said, hey, if you feel like I'm not a good person in your life, then you need to stay like that, and I'm gonna stay like that. And we gonna stand on it.
No!
Let's stand on it.
No!
We gonna stand on it.
No, he does not. Scrap, he did not say that.
What I said was, if you feel like I'm a bad person to you, then I
Okay, but this is not about that right now. This is about you. How do you feel about him?
I never said I had a problem with him.
No, this what he do. This what he do. He say something crazy, and he be like, oh, I ain't got no beef. I ain't got no love.
Khaotic always try to play a victim. He'll start some, then he want to be like, I don't want no beef, man. If you got an issue, stand on it. If not, sit down and shut up, bro.
At the end of the day, like I said, bro, it don't even really matter.
Cuz gonna try to goddamn, he want everybody to be like, oh my God.
No, because we're so grown, we can really make an assessment of our own thoughts here.
I be watching Cuz, I be like, oh.
Okay, so wait.
You know what your problem is?